guys, it's me, Vera from Up and Away. I recently upgraded from the Up to an SUV because frankly it was easy to take out the seat out of the Up just to be able to stretch out in it. But was it nice? No. So I upgraded to a bit of a larger car, and this weekend we did the first tryout, we as the dog and I want to take you along and just show you how we did, what the setup looked like. I've got a couple of really cool items that make camping a lot nicer and really quite luxurious, and we also found the perfect spot. So let me take you with me and let's have a look at my camping setup in the SUV. So we are here camping close to the border between Germany and the Netherlands, and this is a little spot of land that belongs to a farm that's not working any longer, and as you can see it's beautiful. I have my setup started already but nowhere close to finished. Some pretty stuff as well, I love crafting too, and comfy chair. I mean, that's really important, isn't it? But first I'll have a drink and we'll go for a walk. So while we go for a walk, just a little background info. In Germany, wild camping isn't allowed, and I don't find breaking the law very relaxing. So what we do is we camp on sites that people rent out privately. All right, now we're back. We went for a nice little walk around the place here, and I would like to show you my general setup when I'm camping in the SUV. Zia is sniffing around a little bit. I use solar energy, so I'm just charging my solar battery. Then I have this setup with mosquito nets that I'll get into a little bit later as well, but yeah, they just kind of slip over the windows and really useful. I've got this trunk tent as well for the trunk door, which is also really helpful. Then zooming in a little bit, somebody chose to chill in the sun now. Zooming in a little bit, I've got a kitchen box that I will explain to you a bit more later. It comes with a nice bit of storage for pots and kettle and everything. Yeah, generally my cooking utensils, also white vinegar that I use for cleaning my dishes. And before I talk more about the setup, I will make a quick dinner for myself. See you in a minute. Good morning. So it did get late last night and we went to bed when the sun went down. Now we're up again. Day's beautiful, and let me show you my outside setup. As I said earlier, I have a couple of mosquito nets up. Adventure! Because the dog goes a little bit ballistic when we've got flies or mosquitoes in the car, and I don't like it either. So these slip over mosquito nets are really great, also to keep the windows open at night, for example. Right, so you can crack the windows if you want at night. I've got these blackout window covers too that I got online and then adjusted them to the actual size of my car. And here I'm using a mosquito net just thrown over the window so that nobody can fly inside during the day. I like to keep the opposite doors open for a breeze in the car. Just make sure it doesn't touch the ground, otherwise somebody can crawl inside. Right, so that's my mosquito defense system. And I always shield my front window with this Reflectix cover. Somebody's chill. She loves it. Right, so just to keep the sun outside. And mosquito set up on the other side as well. Here it goes behind the door as well, like so, here. if I have the door open and I can crawl inside and get something if I want. Again, not touching the floor. Now let me show you what the whole setup looks like now that I'm finished, because I finished last night, and I'll go into the details just afterwards. So here's the trunk tent that I've been mentioning, and it's really useful. You've got a little awning there and poles to hold it up, and it's strapped to different bits of the car, like the wheels and the roof with a magnet. And here is a mosquito net as well that, again, is part of my mosquito defense system. And I'll show you the inside right after I make coffee. Right, so I'm using an AeroPress to make coffee when I'm camping, and I'm not sponsored by them at all. It's just small, it's lightweight, and I find it really practical. Then I personally use espresso with that because my stomach doesn't do acid very well. So you kind of fill it up and shake it well, never hurts. Then pour the water on. And then you let that sit there for a little while. You stir. And if, like me, you prefer milk coffee mostly, then you can just press the whole thing into a cup of milk. And there you go. And it's lovely. I'll just let that dry and clean it later and have a lovely cup of coffee first. Because as I said, it's the morning and I need my morning coffee. So now that I'm all fueled up, let us have a look at the inside of the SUV and the setup that I've got in there. So let's scroll in here. I have got the dog attached to the trunk at all times with about a 12-15 meter leash, so that she can just lie wherever she wants to, which is the sun, the shade, the sun, the shade, the sun. Yeah, that's her kind of dang when we camp. And here's what it looks like from the inside. So it's a lot more spacious than my previous car. Here, so this is Zia's side. I've got this seat taken out, actually. The backrest of the seat is taken out. And this is Zia's little bed when we camp. This is my little bed when we camp. And of course, during the day, it's storage as well. I've got fairy lights hanging up. They're solar powered, and my only light source really at night, but that's also all I need. Here is Zia's compartment, so I've got a dog towel in there and a couple of other things like a leash. Then I've got a cushion here. It's actually part of a foldable mattress that I cut apart. Here is the other side of the trunk compartments where I have various things like paper towels and a silicone thing to remove hair, which is always good if you're camping with a dog. I've got my spare clothes, dirty laundry, various things that I need to reach during the day. Then, so this backrest I kept in, and in the front there I've got my nightstand area. This is the mattress I sleep on. I have just a couple of cozy pillows. I've got a blanket that I throw over the bed during the day, and then I shake it out and I sleep under it at night. You can see that the windscreen is completely dark because of the reflective cover that's on the outside, and also my fairy lights work really nicely, solar powered. I charge them just during the day when it's sunny outside. Right, in order to level the space that I sleep on, I put my fixed sleeping bag underneath the foldable mattress that I sleep on, because about there it sort of slopes down a little bit. I folded it in half and stuffed it underneath until about here. Yeah, that works really well for my back now, which is great. So the mattress is a foldable mattress that my parents actually still had. They let me borrow it when I go camping, and it fits really nicely into the car when I drive. One more thing I'd really like to share with you is this lazy kitchen box, and it's just great. I'm not sponsored by anybody, I just got it at a caravan trade fair last year. I saw it, I loved it, and now I've tried it out as well. The lid works as a table at the same time. I stuck the mirror on there, and you can jack it up on these legs in various heights, so you can stand on it and cook standing up, which is just great. I love it. The legs are foldable as well, and they're attached with magnets, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you can easily remove them, and then you can adjust them to the height that you need. When you're on a slope or something, that works really well too, and it's fairly stable. Magnet here, so, and the mirror I put there because I use it as a bathroom as well. That's handy. There's a drawer here on the side that you can just pull out, and there's loads of storage space underneath. This is a cutting board at the same time, a bamboo cutting board, and here I've got my, stuff, cutlery, dog food, various handy items, my coffee as well. And then you can slide this over here, and you've got a really deep drawer as well. So I've got my gas there, plates, my bathroom items, and also, my coffee kit. There's really loads of space in here for all kinds of things that would usually fly around the car somehow. So I think it's really nice to have a space and a place for everything. Down here, as I showed you earlier, there's another compartment too that clicks open, and it holds all the pots and the vinegar that I do dishes with, and my pan and my kettle. So that's really nice as well. Yeah, that kettle lives in there too, but I just use it for coffee making. If you sit on it from this side, it's also really great to use as a desk for the laptop and whatnot. So yesterday I worked on it. I'm gonna do that again today. And what's also really practical with this box is that you can easily move it around. So as you can see here, the shade doesn't stay in one place. The sun moves around, and so does the shade. I don't like my kitchen box to be in the full sun because it gets really hot. So what I can do is just carry it around. Now for doing the dishes, I could even integrate this foldable sink into the kitchen box, which is great again. Well, thank you so much for going on this trip with me and looking at my setup. I hope I could inspire you to go camping a little bit too, and see you in the next clip.